I'm Kioto Aoki. I am a visual artist and musician. I'm an analog image maker. I make still images and moving images, 16mm films mostly. And I have a musical practice as a taiko artist, and that's the traditional Japanese drums. I'm at Benito, Juarez for maybe the 4th year now. But I started working there because I was collaborating with Jan Tiki, who used to work with CPS Lives, and we were trying to incorporate analog processes into the digital photography program because I do more only analog, and Jan also does analog works, and I think it's really important for kids these days who grow up with digital technology to really learn the fundamentals of photo work. So we were doing cyanotype works, and then the last 2 years during the pandemic, school closures and stay-at-home orders, I was doing moving image kind of programs or projects, and this year I switched gears a little bit and still thinking about retaining this analog way of communication and exchange and slow thinking, but we're sending postcards, so using snail mail to send images to each other. So the students will send me images and I will respond to whatever image they're sending me with one of my own, and perhaps with a little note or something, but it'll be sent through the mail, so they'll have to wait a while to receive it, and hopefully at the end of the semester we can string all of our correspondences together and think about how each of us have sequenced our works and what we're responding to, whether it's visual cues, graphic cues, or the content in the images and such. So I'm quite excited to see how that comes out. The first 2 years I worked with Juarez, I was able to go on campus, which was really nice, and because the cyanotype process involved us going outdoors. That was quite fun to share with the students, and also talk about those early photo processes that you can use the sun for. And the last 2 cycles were I was not able to go on campus because of school closures, and they were quite strict with access even online, the virtual setting. So I ended up making tutorial videos or lecture videos to introduce the projects, and that would be screened to the students. And so we were communicating through Stacy for the most part. So I'm excited to then kind of return back to a more direct way of communicating with the students. Initially it will be just with postcards, and then at the end of the semester hopefully I can actually visit their classroom and say hello in person and chat through what we've been doing this whole time. My high school actually had a dark room. My first official photography class was analog. Actually, I think before that I audited a class at SAIC, black and white photo class. My father's also a filmmaker, so we have a lot of analog, film equipment that I was playing with at home, as well as still cameras. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I went to school undergrad for it and thought I would continue. Everywhere in the world. I really love science, physiology, biology, anatomy, but I think through art I can kind of vicariously live through or experience, surface level research processes and getting involved and learning the histories in the way that I would like to engage with the material and not practice. Also, I'm inspired by my peers, my friends who are making really good work, and now that I'm teaching studio courses as well, it's inspiring to see students and their work and their thought processes and see that change and shift over time, and for me to be able to witness that and help support in any way that I can. So a lot of things, everything, fashion, dance, that sort of thing too. I think everyone should read. You have to read, I think, and that's increasingly becoming a skill that younger kids are losing, because everyone has a cell phone, everyone has Netflix, and you can screen films or movies anywhere, anytime. But reading as a skill is super important. It helps you think and helps us intellectualize where we are in life, contextualize what we're doing as people, but also that's how you learn, from literature and history and that sort of thing. And then also, when you're a student, that's when you're allowed to make all the mistakes, because after you graduate, you become a little more responsible for all the mistakes that you make.